Stop saying that. Instead, say this. What we say matters. The words we choose will impact the way that prospects feel when talking to us. So here are some words and phrases that you should stop saying and some things that you can try replacing them with. Number 1, price. Instead, say investment. The word price makes it sound like your product is going to be more of a cost than something that's going to have a return. Are you the decision maker? Instead, say, who's going to feel left out if we don't include them in this discussion? Yikes! This is rude and close-ended. And even when the person isn't the decision maker, their natural instinct is going to be to lie and tell you they are anyway. I find most decisions, at least in B2B sales, are made by multiple people. So figure out who those people who are going to need to be involved are so you can pull them into the conversation later. Does that make sense? Instead say, how does that sound? Does that make sense is another close-ended question. Most people are going to say, yeah, makes sense. It's also kind of insulting to suggest that something wouldn't make sense to the person you're talking to. So instead keep your questions open-ended and try and tie them back to the pain point that your customer is facing. Discount. Instead say adjustment. Discounts sound cheap, like the dollar store. Use words like adjustment to make your changes sound more formal and open yourself up for trading. Sign. Instead say action. Buyers are afraid of commitment and being tied into things. By using words like sign, you can sometimes put their back up against a wall and make them nervous. Contract. Instead say agreement. Exact same as sign, it can make people nervous when you start talking about commitments and contracts and terms. Agreement is again more gentle and less triggering. I'd love to blank. Instead say, blank may be helpful to you. No one cares what you would love to do to them, salesperson. Try and make as much of your language you-focused more than I-focused, so you can put things in the benefit of the person you're talking to, rather than them thinking that it's in your best benefit to do what you're asking. Sorry. Instead say thanks. No offense to all the Canadians out there, but people tend to apologize a lot more than they need to. And it makes you tend to sound low status rather than polite. So instead of saying sorry for the wait on this, say thanks for your patience. Not to say you should never apologize, but save it for when you actually really do up. Saves you time and money. Instead say, solve specific challenge B. Although saving time and money is often the ultimate goal of businesses, and probably the impact your product is going to have, so many people promise that things are going to save them time and money that it's become slightly meaningless. It's just noise. So instead get very specific on the challenges you're going to help your customers solve that will result in them saving time and money. Honestly, to be honest, instead, just sound confident. I don't know about you, but I don't trust people who have to tell me when they're being honest. By saying things like honestly, you imply that what you were saying before wasn't honest, or everything you're about to say is a lie. Cut these words and instead work on your tone and delivery so that people believe you without you having to tell them to believe you. How are you? Instead, ask something unique to them. How are you is one of the most overused and meaningless questions on the planet. Most people just respond, yeah, good, how about you? If you want to make a good first impression, come armed with one or two interesting, unique questions that you can ask someone about themselves. One of the best ways to get people to like you is to show interest in them. And then listen. One of the easiest things you can do in B2B sales is look them up on LinkedIn, try and observe one or two interesting things about them, and then ask them about that when you get the opportunity to talk to them. This one's a whole group, touch base, checking in, circling back, following up. Instead of these meaningless kind of bumps and nudges, make it about them and their goals. In the context of a stalled deal, maybe you're being ghosted, instead of saying these, try and make a deposit instead. Give people stuff that's helpful to them. That might be a gift, a piece of content that's going to help them do their job better, or tie your follow-up back to their original goals. Hey, I know you were trying to accomplish this. Is that still a priority? Meanwhile, in the context of prospecting, instead just try and adjust your approach and try something else, whether that be a different channel, like a cold call or a LinkedIn message, or focus on a different pain point in your message because clearly the first one didn't work. I hope this finds you well. It's an email, not a carrier pigeon. So cut this and get to the point. It's overdone and insincere. Do you have any questions? Instead say, what are your questions? Any place where you can make a close-ended question into an open-ended question is going to get you a better response from your prospects. Make sure you stay quiet after you ask an open-ended question and the prospect will eventually respond. Just, unless used in the context of law or timing, is just meaningless filler that just weakens your message and just makes you sound less confident. Oops, see? It's meaningless filler that weakens your message and makes you sound less confident. See how much better that was? Try and cut out as many filler words as possible because you sound more informed when you use less filler. I understand. Instead, summarize what they've told you in your own words and ask them a question like, have I understood that correctly? I understand is one of the most commonly told lies in all of history. If you want to show your customers that you have empathy for them and understand them, then listen to them and then show them that you've listened by summarizing what they've told you. It's so refreshing and very hard to dislike someone who's a great listener. I'm sure you're busy. No shit, your prospects are busy. Everyone's busy. Get to the point. Guaranteed. Instead, ask the right questions and make a compelling business case. Guaranteeing something seems salesy. Nothing that was ever good really needed a guarantee. A special one to finish us off here is a buzzword super round.
Bold solution, how's your day? End-to-end, plug and play, cutting edge, supercharged leader of the pack. AI powered, integrated, hope you're well, top rated, innovative, so disruptive, sure I'll circle back. ROI optimized, best in class, monetize, quick win, big reward if you sign a Q4. All in one efficiency, now we got some synergy. Book a time, unicorn, I can't take it anymore. We need to ditch the buzzwords, better to be using, phrases less confusing. We need to ditch the buzzwords, they make prospects yawn, and so they won't sign on.